What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Woodness Goodness, and welcome back to the Teardrop trailer build. A project where we've been sprinting, we've been putting our head down, not always listening to our best instincts, but the only instincts we have, which is to get after it. We've got our olive drab green exterior. It's a bed liner. It is on 2 coats of epoxy primer from TotalBoat, which is on 2 coats of a deep penetrating epoxy that is soaked into the wood. And all these layers, we're pretty sure, have created a waterproof shell. We won't know until we test this thing out in the wild, but we're pretty happy with it so far. The exterior is basically done, other than, putting the windows and the door in, putting the fan in. But what's not done is the bottom portion of the drawer. We want to put bed liner on that as well. Like I said, things are starting to get colder and colder, and bed liner is the kind of product where, like a lot of paints and epoxies and urethane based stuff, you want to do it while it's slightly warm. We're losing that warmth very quickly. So let's stop chit-chatting and let's get after it. not exactly sure how I'm gonna mount this in there. It's got 4 little tabs, they're like pressure tabs that like hold it in there real nice, but obviously I'm gonna have to secure it. I will most likely sink some screws. I'll probably get, you know, roofing style screws, just a few of them. It doesn't have to be crazy. And then I'll probably put, what do they call that? That tape, that butyl tape around the seam. And then if I really want to be super cautious and waterproof, I'll put a bead of caulk around their perimeter. But I'm just gonna keep that in there for now. It's not going anywhere. Like I've already said before, I bought this window used. It said horizontal window, and then when I got it delivered, the weep holes are here. I don't know how much of an issue that's gonna be, but this little ridge here where the weep holes are, I've seen people add, you know, drill out their own weep holes. So if I feel like I have to do that, I can do that. But for now, we're just gonna stick it there because it looked cool, baby. Love it. Well, I'm sitting right in front of the camper right now, and 50, so the total width of the actual interior is 57.5. So would you recommend I go like 56 to leave basically almost 2 inches?
Yeah, I'd say that would be the best. That way you can tuck in sheets.
Yeah. And then what is the standard length? Like 75 inches is a pretty good length?
Either 75 or 80. We will cut it to the exact 56 by 75. However, due to heat or cool, it could expand or contract up to an inch.
Yep.
Is that still okay for you?
Yeah, that sounds fine. Hey everybody, welcome back. Same video, but I just wanted to give you a little update. In Woodness goodness fashion, we have just, you know, flown. Even though it doesn't look like flying sometimes, we are cruising. We are We're always trying to do things in a very efficient pace, which is sometimes inefficient because we have to retrace our steps. So, there was a reason why I had left this exposed with my wiring and my insulation, and it's because, and I should have wrote it down on my forehead, I was going to wire a license plate light. The only reason I know that I forgot is because it came in the mail finally, and I looked at it and I realized that yes, I forgot to wire my license plate light. And quite honestly, I don't think this is something I'm gonna fix right now. Reason being, well, I nailed and glued this here wood. Plus, behind that, I ended up using spray foam to fill the gaps while also kind of sticking the insulation in that here now wall that I do not want to break open, because I know that's going to be a bigger pain in the booty. So, I really don't know what to tell you, but I might end up, splitting my wire at the front of my trailer, outside my trailer, and just running a line under the trailer to where a license plate might go. That's just a thought. Pretty not happy with myself about that one. But I know if I try and fix it and dig into my wall and find a way to wire, I'm just probably gonna screw things up even more, and I think we're just gonna put it off to the side. Oh, bury those things, deal with them at a later date. That always works, doesn't it? So what we're gonna do now is finish putting some shelving in here. It's gonna be pretty basic. I want this one to be pretty strong, or one of them to be pretty strong, because it's gonna hold my solar generator or generators. I have a few of them that I can mix and match, unplug, plug back in, and so I just want to be able to have something that's strong enough to hold that up. Let's go ahead and put this thing together, and then we pretty much have the storage we need. Oh wow, I just about realized that I flew through another step I probably shouldn't do. We gotta do something about this wall. For whatever reason, while building this, I really wanted to make sure that I put a screw or a staple every 2 to 3 inches. You can never be too careful, and we like to caution on insurance anchors, is what we call them. So as you can see, it's just peppered like a fine steak with screws and staples. And I mentioned there is glue within this build. So we're gonna go ahead and cover this absolute disgraceful anchored wall. What we're gonna do is fill in some of the gaps with a little Bondo quickly, sand her down, and then we're going to put old magazine clippings that I've been saving that are just really funny ad campaigns for car stuff and camera stuff, just from some old magazines I've been keeping, and we're gonna make this a beautiful feature wall. let the glue set up. I mean, it really doesn't have to really set up. It takes like no time to dry. I'm gonna top this off with the TotalBoat Halcyon. It's like a varnish. This stuff's awesome, and it dries like very rugged and hard, so I'm gonna try this. I was gonna put an epoxy product on it, but I think this is the way to go, because I really like this product and I can control it, so. Alright guys, I want to say a quick word about one of my sponsors who's given some products, and we're going to feature them for this video. You can't see me yet, but now you can. Well, now you can't see anything. So, this is a headlamp. I have a couple of them. The brand of these headlamps is Through Night. And when they reached out to me, I was like, absolutely. I checked out some of their products online. They have a vast array of headlamps and little lights and flashlights. I don't even know what model this is, but I'll feature them all in the link description. This is the Through Night. Oh, I can't look at it. There, I turned it down. This is the Through Night TH30 V2. Then you've got more of a smaller one. This is the Through Night TH02. You click once to turn it on, you hold it in again, and it cycles through the brightness settings. These things get super bright. Then they sent me this other smaller headlamp, which is actually like my favorite because it's just so little. I was using it to work on the inside of the trailer here because they're just super handy. There we go. This is my Through Night studio. So my favorite thing that they sent me to try is this little rescue light. It's got a magnetic carabiner, which is awesome. You just clip this thing on, you know, pretty much anything you want. But one of the best parts about this, again, it's magnetic. You can take the whole kind of flashlight or rescue light apart, and now you have access to the big battery. It's got this huge rechargeable battery that has a USB-C outlet on it that not only can you charge it with USB-C, but you can get a USB-C cable and use this as a battery bank. Super, super handy. Anyhow, I got affiliate links in the description below. Check out the Through Night products. I'm a big fan. Obviously we aren't camping yet, but these are gonna come in real handy. All right, let's get back to the video. We're gonna put the shelving that we're gonna do back here. We'll have a support, middle support for the shelves. You know, we'll put little cleats on the back and the sides to hold the first shelf. I'm going to put the first shelf, I think 16 inches up. That gives me room to slide any solar generators by my feet in the back there. Plus I'll have room for a solar generator if I want to have one higher up. I've got a bunch of old hollow core doors, and I've been using a lot of scrap wood for this build, believe it or not. I ripped the hollow core door down to about 20 inches, so I'll have a nice big flat shelf here, and maybe I'll put another one up here. they'll be strong enough for what I'm doing. I'm gonna actually add a strip of wood on the inside where I cut it out to give it some more support. So you can see this is what the inside of the hollow core door looks like. It's like a cardboard, but it actually provides a decent amount of strength. You know, obviously we're not going to sit on this thing, but I think it'll do what we need it to do. Then I already ripped this on my table saw, which is just 1 1/8 strip, which will fit perfectly in here. So I'll remove some of that cardboard, knock this in here, glue it, and nail it. Well, I don't know how this happened. I even measured, but the freaking nails I just shot through to put up the cleats for my freaking shelf freaking shot through. Look at this. Oh, what a freaking nightmare. So what the heck, man? I don't know what we're gonna do. Ugh.